Hope you're feeling well tonight, and it's spring here in Tasmania.
I hope this is going to transmit. We've had a bit of trouble with our phones and we're on the computer, so we just hope that it's going to work all right.
Yeah, so our phone at the Purple House doesn't work on our phone at the moment, so we're not sure if we're being, what's the word again?
Oh, a bit censored or something.
So we're improvising in our kitchen and my color looks absolutely terrible right now, but anyway, we'll do our best. So Peter and I, we want to talk about censorship and also give it a positive slant. Because the whole coronavirus thing, when you look at it symbolically from symbolic side, which is what I always use when I heal my clients, I look at their lives in a symbolic way and I look into the chakra system. I want to talk about our chakras. Okay, here we go. We have 7 energy centers, and the coronavirus is a direct attack on all our 7 chakra centers. So Corona stands for crown, which is the crown chakra, and we call it coronavirus.
So it's a virus in our crown chakra.
That's right, and then we have our third eye and the throat chakra, which is of course the mask, is symbolic for a blocking expression, which is all to do with the throat, and then the heart chakra
is the chakra of unconditional love, and we told to stay apart so we can't give each other a hug.
And then we have our stomach chakra, our solar plexus chakra, the reproductive chakra, and your base chakra. So Pete and I thought we'll just quickly give you a rundown of how that affects you and what you can do to balance your entire chakra centers, every 7, so you feel more or less unstoppable, so the outside world doesn't really hijack you the way.
So it seems as if we have been hijacked with what's been going on.
Well, it definitely looks like that, like our freedoms.
Freedom of speech, the mask, and it's. I listened to a YouTube this morning of JP Seers. I don't know if you know him, but he is hilarious to watch.
And very clever,
Very, fairly sarcastic, I guess you could say, or
to the point, I'd say. Yeah, he has a really good point.
He quoted a Brian Rose quote which resonated with me this morning. It says, "I may not agree with all that you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it." So we just asked the question, what does he mean by that? This Brian Rose, what did he mean? And Grant and I were talking about it, and it's probably an opportunity to learn how to agree and disagree amicably.
That's right. So we see a lot of things, we're bombarded with information, we see things show up on people's Facebook wall or social media and messages as well, and people are very divided at the moment. They're like in 2 camps or maybe even in 4 or 5 camps. So I think the beauty of the situation today is that we need to see this as an opportunity to learn to disagree in a nice way with each other, like still remain respectful, still realize that this person's reality is different to mine, because each one of us, we only see 1 billionth of reality, so that person is really living in a different reality to me, and just I think it's time for us all to step up.
Accept people without judgment. Really.
Well, that would be ideal, of course, but that might be a little bit far-fetched. But even if you feel judgment, that you internalize the judgment and work with that trigger. When you feel triggered in yourself, just heal your triggers. And when you feel uncomfortable, that helps you to grow. So the crown chakra, which is the energy comes through here at the top of the head, and it literally looks like a crown when it's fully activated. That's our connection to Source, or the universe, or God, or whatever you like to call it, to our higher self. And the color is white, so there's always information traveling in and out. The fact that they actually call it coronavirus, to our subconscious mind, if we hear that word a lot, it could make it feel as if we have a virus in our connection to God, so that's not very nice. So in a minute we'll just do a few corrections, so I'm not going to show you just yet. So Peter, do you want to talk about the next chakra that's been hijacked?
The next chakra is the third eye, or the brow chakra, and that's the chakra that makes us know right from wrong, and it's the pineal gland, which is also a connection to our higher self, or the Creator and God, and that has been hijacked for a long time by fluoridated water. Fluoride calcifies the pineal gland.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's shocking that we have had the toxic byproduct of fertiliser production put in our water supply. Yeah. And it was given to the inmates of concentration camps to make them nice and docile, so they'll be compliant to what the people in control wanted, and so
it puts us to sleep. Yeah. So Australians are, sorry to say, very, very much asleep compared to a lot of European countries. I think it's not just the fluoride, because people in Europe also get fluoridated. I also feel that it's the mineral deficiency, because Australia is one of the oldest continents, and apparently when the last ice age, we missed out on that in Australia. So rocks were crushed by the ice and the minerals went into the soil in other parts of the world, but in Australia that didn't happen, and it was all eroded by wind and rain and water.
And the dust is what fertilises the Amazon rainforest.
That's right. So Australia is very mineral deficient. On top of that, so the fluoride goes straight into your glands, all the glands, especially important though is the pineal gland, because we don't recognize anymore what's happening till it's too late. So it's taking us a long, long time to wake up to dictatorship and censorship and everything else. So we recommend, of course, that you have your Himalayan salt every day, like aim for at least half a teaspoon a day. Himalayan salt has lots of minerals in it that help to decalcify your glands.
Plus there are a couple of other things that you can take to rid yourself of those nasties like fluoride, chloride and bromide.
And you can send us a personal message if you want to know what that is. Because we're being censored.
Because our speech, our free speech has been censored and limited.
So then the throat chakra, of course, with the mask that affects all this area, listening too. So the throat chakra is also about listening with your spiritual ears and hearing the hidden meaning behind the language, and we can all do that really well with our subconscious mind.
Our ability to express ourselves properly.
That's right, and speaking authentically. But actually, from a financial point, it's not until the throat chakra is fully activated that people start to make the big money. So here's another way to enslave us. Anyway, do you want to talk about the heart chakra, Pete?
Well, the heart chakra, that's the area of unconditional love. And we haven't been able to go and hug our
loved
ones, even our elderly ones that are dying in nursing homes. People have been forbidden to go in
with social distancing
and sit with them, and social distancing 6 feet apart.
And not touching.
We haven't been able to give each other a hug when we meet each other in the street, and that's been interrupted.
Because your heart, your hands are the extension to your heart as well. So like my hands always want to touch people. which makes it very awkward, right? So it's just all being hijacked and it feels as if it's being planned as well. And so then the next chakra down is in the stomach, the pit of your stomach. It's called the solar plexus chakra, which is actually the fire element. So fire is, you have drive and passion and all that.
Yep.
And so that gets shut down by fear. And of
and
course,
that's where you get the knot in your stomach when you, and fear has been a big one during this
well, of course, fear,
pandemic.
it's all fear.
It's all fear-based.
Yeah. Turn on the media, the news rather.
Mainstream media.
It's just completely fear-based. So don't turn on the news and just don't watch it. Go out into the garden instead and listen to the little birds.
Hug a tree, walk barefoot in the forest.
Yeah. So the next chakra down.
That's the sacral chakra, and that's the being able to create and receive things into your life as well. The
Receive
ability
good
to
things,
receive good things and
blessings.
create good things.
Yeah.
And that's been shut down because we've been locked away.
Can't be creative.
We've been in shutdown, lockdown.
Well,
so.
exactly. It's been shut down totally. And then the bottom chakra, which is the root system of the tree, that's all to do with survival. And so, of course, that's highly, highly challenged right now as well.
Businesses are, finding it difficult to keep afloat and things
people
like
are going bankrupt. And so, really, when you think about it, we could talk about this for hours, but every single chakra system of your body has been hijacked on purpose. And by the way, each chakra is like releases, is connected to a hormone producing gland in your body. So for instance, the throat chakra is connected to the thyroid and so on. And so all these hormones need to be, they're very finely adjusted, and only tiny little bit goes wrong. And people become depressed, anxious or suicidal. So that's another really deep trauma for your body. Okay, so what
can we do about it?
Yeah.
We don't want to just leave you with the bad news.
So if you're lucky enough to have a partner, I'll show you a really, really quick balance that will immediately balance all your chakras. So I'll do that with Pete. So I'm just going to hold his forehead and turn around, and I'll hold the base. So the base of his neck and there. And I just emit energy, so I can do it like that. It doesn't matter which hand. So I make I put my hands together like that. Oh, sorry, it's a bit hard. I have to show the camera. Okay, and it usually only takes a minute or so. So Pete, focus on your breathing. Take a nice deep breath into all the way down to your toes. And let it go. And I can literally feel the energy change right through his body. So sometimes if people are really, really stressed, this can take 5 minutes or so, but it doesn't matter because you're literally activating and normalizing every single chakra in your body. So your body starts to release the right happy hormones, you start to relax, you have a good night's sleep, you wake up in the morning fully energized.
And if your kids are upset, you can do this to them and it settles them down.
Gets them out of a bad mood. So you, of course, can totally do this to yourself. So you do it like this, and one hand at the back. So that's a really good one. So that actually also gets the left and right brain action going. So you
brings you out of the survival brain.
So you start to relax.
So you can think properly as well.
And the blood starts to flow. And then the throat chakra, which is here. So again, I usually like to make little laser beams with my fingers. And Pete, you can do that to your throat. I'll just place them here. So I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? So I'm not touching my throat, but I'm like pointing it to my Adam's apple.
Or you can also
Yeah, okay.
point it to the TMJ
Well, you
joints
do
as
that.
well.
I can't see, you have to move in a bit. Okay, so I really feel that working in my throat, and my throat is like expanding and relaxing a little bit. Okay.
It just, relaxes the tension that's built up because
we've all got energy coming out of our hands, so like Peter and I, we work with energy, we're energy healers, but every single person in the whole universe is like a beautiful energy emanating organism. So just practice it and see how you go. And then the last one we'll do is you just put your hand here where I've got mine, or in the middle of your chest.
On the heart chakra.
And take a deep breath in and out, and you just relax into your body, and just sit here. Depending on how much you love yourself, you can sit here for 5 minutes or so.
Well, you can do it whenever you want to throughout the day. Just pop your hand on your chest, on your heart chakra, and the energy through the chakra in your hand will be energizing that.
And so that will change your
center.
chemistry, literally your body's chemistry, for 6 hours. You'll start to feel calm, more loving, more gentle, more kind, more relaxed, more inclined to share and cooperate, less critical. So if you're feeling triggered, like what we said earlier on, if you feel triggered by people's news or their opinion, rather than reacting, just put your hand on your chest and drop into your own beautiful heart. Allow that energy to circulate. Allow your chemistry to change. So what is it now? 7 o'clock, 20 past 7. So this energy is going to be different, like it's changing my chemistry till maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. That's how long it lasts. So that's a beautiful thing to do. And so the bottom chakras, you don't have to address them because they're automatically being entrained to the chakra that's the most powerful in your body, which most of the time, by the way, in most people is their heart chakra. So that's a beautiful thing. So all human beings are intrinsically good. It's just that we sometimes get to panic or we go into stress mode and we simply get out of synchronicity. So this really helps now to resonate, to bring you back into resonance. So I hope you enjoy this, and also make sure you have enough water, have your salt. If you need any help with anything, or if you want to reach out, Pete and I are always available every Wednesday and Thursday. And in between that, you can send us an email.
And we practice from 47 Wilmot Road.
Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this and found it helpful. And stay well.
Energize those energy centers that have been compromised by what's been happening.
That's right. Be extra kind to yourself. Extra nurturing. Go the extra mile when it comes to self-care. Have nice warm baths or bubble baths and spend time reading things and doing things that you didn't have time for before COVID.
Meditation out in nature.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, beautiful souls.
Okay.
Have
a good week.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah.